Hey guys, here Mark the Geek. In this video I want to share with you guys my wish list for the next PlayStation Vita 3000. That's of course if Sony actually decides to announce one. What would I want to see from a new PlayStation Vita? And also, I think they really do need to do something because Nintendo has already stepped it up. Nintendo brought better performance to the Nintendo 3DS. They brought a better 3D, which is now totally usable. And of course they added the damn NFC functionality, which now lets you play with these Nintendo toys as well. So I think Sony should actually announce a PlayStation Vita 3000, and I think they will. So right here in this wish list, I want to share with you guys the thing that I would like to see from a new PlayStation Vita. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I would like to see for the new PlayStation Vita is better storage. When I say better storage, I mean the internal storage. It would be nice to take the PlayStation Vita out of the box and being able to play games, start playing games, downloading games, downloading demos, saving your files without having to buy a memory card. Yes, the new PlayStation Vita Slim, which is not new anymore, the Slim PlayStation Vita actually has 1 GB of internal memory. The problem with that is that once you put a memory card in it, that 1 GB becomes useless. It becomes useless. So for me, it makes no sense, and I would like to at least get 8 GB of memory card. 8 GB of memory inside the PlayStation Vita, that would give you enough space to download games, some games, not all games, some games, save files, and believe me guys, I went with an 8 GB card for more than a year until then I decided to upgrade to a 32 GB. And I think 8 GB would be perfect, and of course, if I add a memory card, please don't take away that 8 GB. Memory, storage, whatever you decide. If you decide to put 8 or 16 internal storage, do not take that away if I add a memory card. Now that we're talking about memory cards, the other thing that I would like them to do is go from this to micro SD card. The Nintendo 3DS actually went from the normal SD card to the micro SD card. And why can't Sony do it? Why can't Sony change from their proprietary freaking cards, just like the PSP, now with this here on the PlayStation Vita? These cards are so freaking expensive. It makes no sense paying for, this is a 32 GB card. You could get these for around $60 to $80, I think. And wow, you could get the same size on a micro SD for like $20 or no more than $25. Right now, if you go to the store or you go online, you could buy the 64 GB card for between $90 to $100 for the PlayStation Vita. While on micro SD cards, you could get a 64 GB card for around $30. Almost all the time I see it for around from $30 to $40 or $45. I think they should switch from these cards to the micro SD cards and make it compatible with 128 GB. Wouldn't that be awesome? The other thing that I would like to see on the new PlayStation Vita is a better screen with a better resolution. Right now, as it is, the PlayStation Vita has a resolution of 960 by 544. Not even 720p. Now I think, come on man, it's 2015 already, and even my phone has a way better resolution, like 2560 by 1440. Yeah, 2K. And it's a little bit embarrassing that, at this age, 2015, if they come out with a new one, it comes out at 960 by 544. It would be nice if they come out with a better resolution, better screen. Now, I don't have a problem if it's a LCD screen instead of an OLED screen. The problem that I have is if they put a cheap LCD screen like they did with the Slim. Because I did buy the Slim. I did not like the Slim because of the colors and the screen. The screen was a cheap LCD screen. Because compared to an HTC One phone, an LG G3 phone, those phones have LCD screens and they look beautiful. There's different type of LCD screens, and the one that Sony chose for the Slim is a cheap one. I don't know why people keep defending it. Even Sony says that the reason they switch from OLED to LCD is because it's cheaper for them. They get a lot more profit from the PlayStation Vita when they build it with the LCD screen. But like I said, I don't have problem if they go to LCD again, but I want a better quality LCD, like an LCD 3 type of screen and with a better resolution. 1080p would be awesome. I don't really care about the size. The size, I think the 5-inch screen of the PlayStation Vita, I think it's perfect, and it keeps the device nice and small. And of course, with the slim model, it feels a lot more slimmer, a lot more better fit in your pocket. So I really don't care about the screen size. The screen size could stay the same size. I just would like to see a better resolution. One thing that I would like them to eliminate from the PlayStation Vita 3000 is the rear touchpad. Honestly, I've been using the PlayStation Vita since it came out in Japan, because I got the PlayStation Vita imported from Japan, and I'm still 2015. In 2015, I'm still not used to the rear touchpad. I really find a lot of games using the rear touchpad awkward. I think it doesn't feel natural at all, especially like Helldivers. Helldiver just came out a couple of weeks ago, and to reload, you have to swipe up, and to throw a grenade, you have to swipe up. It does not feel natural at all. Why not add those functions here on the front touchscreen? You have a touchscreen here in the front. Why not give me L3 here in the front, R3 here in the front, or if you want to add other features, other touch functions, put it right here in the top if you want. Another thing that I would like to see is, why not make clickable sticks? Why not add R3 right here and L3 right here, just like you would on the DualShock controllers? That would be an awesome accomplishment. If they actually do that, that would be freaking awesome. I'd rather have the R3 here clickable, because honestly, I think it can be done. I don't know. I think it can be done. I really don't care about the rear touchpad. So I don't care if they eliminate it from the PlayStation Vita 3000 and just add all the features here in the front. And if you want, add here clickable sticks, L3 and R3. Other feature I like to see on the PlayStation Vita 3000 is NFC feature. That would be awesome, just like the 3DS did. Yeah, they did their NFC with their little own toys. I would like them, Sony, to do the same thing. Sony should do a deal, like for example, after they add the NFC compatibility, whether it's on the screen or whether it's in the corner right here, it doesn't really matter. Whether it's in the bag, you tap and touch, and once it connects, whatever, it doesn't matter. They can do it. If Nintendo did it on the screen, I don't see a problem why Sony can't. But it would be awesome to see Sony make a deal like with Skylander and Disney, and bring Disney Infinity over here to the PlayStation Vita, and being able to use the same toys that are available at the stores. That would be so freaking awesome. You know how many of these they would sell, especially if they add, like for example, characters from Sony like Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper and all those, and they can make them compatible and available, or like in Skylander, like a special character in Skylander or in Disney. That would be just freaking awesome. I think Sony should actually do the same thing Nintendo did and add the NFC feature on it. And you know, hey, they might sell more Ds than freaking PlayStation Vitas. So that would be a feature I would not complain of having on my next PlayStation Vita, Sony. Another thing that I would like Sony to add to the new PlayStation Vita is a new user interface. I would like them to bring the same user interface that the PlayStation 4 has to the PlayStation Vita. I think it would be totally awesome. It would feel a lot more, you know, since they want to consider the PlayStation Vita an extension of the PlayStation 4, why not make it look like the PlayStation 4? That would be awesome. I think it feels a lot better. I like the way the games are more organized and all that. I like the fact that you have a section here for all your media apps. That would be awesome. I think they should do that. I think they should change the user interface. I never did like the bubbles since the beginning. I've just got used to it, you know, but I never did really like the bubble interface of the PlayStation Vita. I think they should totally change it. They should totally change the interface and make it look more like the PlayStation 4. That way, everything looks a little bit more uniform when you're switching from one device to another. And it will be nice. And why not? Why not add the recording feature here as well? If you're gonna change the everything, you might as well change the buttons. Like for example, on the PlayStation 4, you put the option and share button. You switch them from start and select to option and share. Why not do the same thing for the PlayStation Vita? Let me record some clips of gameplay here on the PlayStation Vita, and let me upload it to YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or whatever other website you want to. That would be totally awesome. And I think it's totally possible. If they can do it here, remote play. Right now, remote play, I can actually record video games and upload it from here to the place to YouTube or Facebook. I can actually do that via remote play. So why not add those features and functions here on the PlayStation 4? That would be awesome. And the last thing I want to see on the PlayStation Vita is more AAA support. I would like them to start treating the PlayStation Vita the same way they treated the PSP. When the PSP was out, it had lots of games. When it comes to AAA, it had like a lot of Tiger Woods game. It had SmackDown versus Raw games. It had God of War games. It had Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank It. You know, they brought lots and lots of games to the PlayStation Portable. And they also brought sequels. The problem we're having here with the PlayStation Vita is that, for example, Need for Speed came out here on the PlayStation Vita. Since it didn't met their expectation, guess what? We're not seeing another Need for Speed. Same thing goes to Assassin's Creed. We saw one, but guess what? We're not going to see another one. We saw a Call of Duty game, which was not a great game, but it sold a lot because it was Call of Duty. But guess what? We're not going to see another Call of Duty game at all. Now, that totally sucks. I think the one to blame is Sony. Sony doesn't advertise the PlayStation Vita the way they should, because the PlayStation Vita is very capable of being the #1 gaming device in the market. They can really push this to be the #1 gaming device in the market, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Sony. So the last thing that I would like from Sony is better support from you guys. I would like to see more AAA games here on the PlayStation Vita, like the franchises that are related to Sony, like God of War, Siphon Filter, SOCOM. I remember SOCOM when it came on the PlayStation Portables. All those Ratchet and Clank series, Sly Cooper series. I would like to see more games from Sony here on the PlayStation Vita. And it's not to say that the PlayStation Vita doesn't have games, because I hate when people say that. The PlayStation Vita has tons and tons of games. And I gotta say, people hate on indie games, but we have to put the indie developers up there on the pedestal, because they're the one keeping the PlayStation Vita alive. They're the one that are supporting the PlayStation Vita at its fullest. But I'd say it could be the #1 platform for indie developers. Indie games here looks amazing. It looks great. They're the ones doing crazy things here on the PlayStation Vita. And it sucks. It sucks that it has to be the indie developers keeping the PlayStation Vita alive, or Japanese developers. There's a lot of great Japanese games as well, but most of them are JRPGs, RPGs, or strategy RPGs, and I'm not really a big fan of them. I really like more Western games, more AAA games, racing games, action games, adventure games. I really would like to see a lot of those games here on the PlayStation Vita, and we're not seeing that. We're just seeing the indie developers pushing the PlayStation Vita and using the PlayStation Vita at its fullest. That would be awesome if they add new games and more AAA support to the PlayStation Vita. Okay, guys, and that is it. That's all I would like to see from the PlayStation Vita 3000. Of course, they can add more battery life. They can make the system a little bit faster if they want, but those are the main features that I would like to see on the PlayStation Vita 3000. Now, will there ever be a PlayStation Vita 3000 or a PlayStation Vita 2? I think they will. I think there will be a PlayStation Vita 3000. When the PSP was available, I think they went all the way up to PlayStation portable 4,000. I think they went over 4,000 or 5,000, and I think it's almost about due. I think it's almost about due for them to announce the PlayStation Vita 3000. If they do announce it this year, I think it would be available in Japan first by the end of this year, and then we would get it in 2016 if they announce it this year. But like I said, that's a big if, because Sony, I don't know, the way Sony is treating the PlayStation Vita is very sad, because I am a very huge fan of the PlayStation Vita, and I've been using the PlayStation Vita since it came out in Japan, guys. I ported the PlayStation Vita from Japan. I got it in December 21. I remember December 21, I think it was 2011 or 2012, something like that. But since then, I've been loving the PlayStation Vita, and I also like the PlayStation Slim model as well. The only thing that I didn't really like was the screen. That's it. But everything else I did love as well, especially the connection of the Slim model. The connection of the Slim model is the micro USB port, which is awesome, and I totally hope they keep with that. Please, Sony, don't eliminate the USB port from the new PlayStation Vita 3000. Do not eliminate that. Other than that, guys, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments the things that you would like to see from the new PlayStation Vita. Do you think there's going to be a PlayStation Vita 3000? Do you really think there's going to be a PlayStation Vita 2? Or do you really think there's no more PlayStation Vitas and this is the last version we're going to see? The Slim model, the 2000 model. Is that it? Is that all we got? Thanks for watching the video, guys. Let me know what you think about the video and my picks and my choices. Till next time, guys.